Hi, Yevhenii. Thank you so much for joining us today at Links Amsterdam. We are so honored to have you to kick off Links Amsterdam today. And we're so looking forward to talking about all of the important work that the Ukrainian police is doing to combat crypto crime, particularly during the Russian war. So just to kick things off, could you please start by telling us about what your role is and what you are doing in crypto?
Yeah. Hello, Valeria. Hello, everyone. It's really good news for me to be here and to represent our role and our function in this time. So my name is Yevhenii Panchenko, and my current role is the head of the operative analysis and open source intelligence division of Cyber Police. It's the part of National Police of Ukraine, and we also have a special unit responsible for investigation crime related to crypto. My sphere of responsibility is cryptocurrency transactions analysis and monitoring of the blockchain, investigations, money laundering, hacks, sharing of illegal content, crimes, and other crimes. In addition to this, I provide trainings on the blockchain investigations and financial crimes investigations, also money laundering and other criminal matters within the cryptocurrency environment. I hold a professional certification and master degrees. Also, I have 14 years of law enforcement experience in crime analysis and investigations. And the most important for me, I take a part in an expert group team for preparing and establishing basic law of cryptocurrency regulation in Ukraine. So it's a few words about me.
Thank you, Yevhenii. So again, we're excited to have you here today, and there's really no one better to discuss the role of cryptocurrency in cybercrime and what you are seeing on the ground in Ukraine. So that being said, what are the most common types of crimes that the Ukrainian police are seeing as it pertains to crypto crime?
Yes, thank you. It's really good questions. And according to one of the ratings of a well-known blockchain analysis company, Ukraine ranks a third among other countries in terms of the popularity of blockchain technologies and cryptocurrency among the population. In the era of digitalization and sometimes instability of traditional banking financial system, people are looking for other alternative means and systems for financial transactions. Representatives of the criminal sphere are not exception. They used cryptocurrency as an object of crimes or means to anonymize payment for prohibited goods or service. And if we talk about cyber police in Ukraine, we're responsible for most of the investigations related to online fraud, hackers attack, other cybercrime, and crimes in the field of illegal content. The most critical cases for us and probably for all associates are the distributing of child pornography, bullying, and other form of online violence. As we can see in our practice, the most popular types of crime related to use of cryptocurrency, we can divide as follow. The first, it's online fraud. It's like some investment project. It's pseudo exchange services or projects. The second, it's unauthorized interference with system or devices. It's like hacking, phishing, vishing, and other type of also technical fraud. And probably third block, it's a payment for goods or services that are prohibited in circulations. It's like drugs, weapons, child pornography, malicious software, and other. Among other already sometimes typical cases linked to cryptocurrency, unfortunately, crimes that did not even involve technology before are now being committed with the use of cryptocurrency. For example, it's ransom. It's when people are kidnapped or imprisoned and then demand money to solve the problem. And contract killing or other hooligans actions against certain individuals. These cases when money was paid in cryptocurrency for also hide tracing the money. It's not popular cases, but sometimes we can see that. This is not a complete list of crimes related to cryptocurrency, but this is the most common cases which we can see in our practice.
And this is obviously a diverse and important list of different crime types, but I'm sure that you have seen some changes since the start of the Russian war as well. So could you please just touch on how the Russian war has affected the work that your department has been doing?
Yeah, of course. From the first day of the full-scale war, our unit was at the work and quite often had to stay in shelters. So we equipped them with everything that we need, including lights and good connection to the internet. I will show you also one slide about like how changed our activities and actions during the war process. So, of course, we have like our regular cases which we always investigate and still investigate when war happened. But also, I will tell you that we can't you can't completely prepare it to work during wartime and missile attack. You always need to adopt to new realities, and war it's not an exception. Also for us, but we military unit and we like have good background for that. Another thing is that in additional to types the crime already listed in the previous slide, many criminals procedures have been added against the Russian military, as well as other persons who openly support and participate in the war. We have identified a large number of cases when Russian, in particular the illegal armed groups, for example Wagner, collect donations in cryptocurrency. We work on all cases, provided them with legal qualification and involve international experts and law enforcement agency in the investigation of these facts. Sometimes we also identify Ukrainian citizens who also support the occupation forces. And in such cases, we take measures to document crimes together with the security service of Ukraine. It's like main part of their responsibility. But I will like focus and tell you that in this year we identified 75 cases related to crypto donations platform linked to Russia.
Yeah, the subject of collection for Russian forces is very interesting, and I think particularly interesting to me is how public that material is. I'm sure that you're seeing how much of that activity is happening on open platforms like Telegram channels and the like. And it's fascinating to see how much Russian forces are willing to post not only their public cryptocurrency addresses, but also exactly what they're purchasing with those addresses, and then down to where it's being delivered. So it's a really interesting perspective from an open source investigations angle.
Yeah, of course, we used usually many type of open source tools for identify also person who published that addresses or started campaign. Also many companies from European Union, from United States help us to and provide some data for us. So it's really also helpful.
Yeah, but what important work it is, particularly from a disruption perspective.
Yeah.
So switching gears here, kind of more on the positive side of cryptocurrency. So as you very well know, crypto donors have sent more than $200 million to the Ukraine war, including $80 million roughly to support the Ukrainian government itself, which we love to see. And when you think about the war in Ukraine, what would you say the challenges and benefits are that have come from using crypto?
Yeah, these questions also like quite simple, and all the challenges are related to the fact that Russia also use virtual assets as means of raising funds and also to circumvent sanctions. The amount of money that Russia convert into cryptocurrency is enormous, and Chainalysis has written about these trends among other things. We can only confirm these trends, and during the investigations of crimes related to the financial of terrorism organization such as Wagner, we sometimes come across direct state transfer from the Russia budget, which are carried out by the Russian officials. By transferring funds into virtual assets, they are trying to stay on the market and reduce the impact of the sanction. The use of cryptocurrency was also confirmed in a recent publication by activists who drew attention to the transfer of funds from wallets conditionally controlled by the FSB, which was made by a hacker after they were hacked. On the side of Ukraine, all our volunteers and governments, as you told also, use crypto as effective method for donation. For example, it's a Ukrainian platform, the biggest platform, United24.
I was particularly impressed to see when the war started, all of the innovative ways and different types of funds that the Ukrainian government set up that were unprecedented, especially to set up in an active conflict. It's just incredibly impressive. And I think it just speaks to how innovative the Ukrainian government is and how you are able to set something like that up in such an active and hot and ever-changing environment. I think just speaks to the nature of Ukrainian and how forward-thinking that you all are. So on that note, Ukraine has made significant strides in combating financial crime, but you've also taken a pro-crypto approach to business and regulation. So could you talk a little bit more generally about how crypto is seen in Ukraine?
Yeah, thank you for that question, because as I told previously, I'm a part of group who established the basic law for Ukrainian regulation of cryptocurrency. And despite the full-scale war in Ukraine, the IT industry and the cryptocurrency market continue to develop rapidly. And people in Ukraine treat that cryptocurrency as an innovative tool for payments and savings. I will also show one slide for you. So what I can also tell about that. The desire of anonymity, speed, and transparency of transactions outweighs even the security or stability affected by traditional financial institutions. At the same time, the still quite young field of Web 3.0 and other cryptocurrency-related process is a field of opportunity for fraudsters. And ordinary citizens, due to a lack of basic skills and knowledge in the field of cyber hygiene, lose their savings and sometimes even the credit funds that fraudsters have forced them to receive for investment. At the same time, a new basic law about what I told the group, like preparing for working with cryptocurrency, is currently being drafted, which should be in the line with the provision of the MiCA, which is a term will further accelerate all regulation and normalize procedures to establish Ukrainian as leader in the cryptocurrency market. So it's the probably two part of your question. So people really believe in these tools and these instruments for the future as a payment method.
So just given what you've said, so Ukraine has launched Dia City, which aims to make it the largest IT hub in Europe. And so my question is, what is the role in Dia City and that overall kind of digital friendly approach in cryptocurrency?
Yeah. So I'm, of course, focused on law enforcement activities, and the Dia City, it's like the project from our governments. But as regular citizens, of course, I know something about that project. I suppose it's really good project for any type of IT business and also cryptocurrency company who would like to develop and build something around cryptocurrency technology. So they give them the chance and also opportunity to have really good conditions for business. It's what I can tell.
Yeah, and from my perspective, again, it's just another way that Ukraine is kind of pushing the envelope and both the fight against crime and also kind of the innovative side of cryptocurrency, even at a governmental level, which is really exciting and interesting to see.
Yeah, of course. One like good options of this project is also like skip the corruptions and other bad things from probably old systems in our country. So it's really a good project, and I know many companies interested in this project and already stay a part of this Dia City, like special conditions in our country for business. So
yeah, So I live in Washington, D.C., and the Ukrainian Embassy is, of course, headquartered here. And one of my favorite things about the Ukrainian Embassy is, of course, there's a giant Ukrainian flag on it, but when you pass it, it actually has in big letters, "We are open for business." And I think it just shows Ukraine's resilience, even throughout wartime, kind of this, like, we are going to continue to prosper economically, and we're going to continue to be innovative, and we're going to continue to be open for business, even throughout such a more difficult period.
Of course, in this difficult time, it's really important to involve new businesses in Ukraine, and we also as part of law enforcement system in Ukraine do everything and try to stay better and be better for further type of relationship with business and government. So it's really important to understand it.
Yeah, absolutely. So in kind of closing thoughts, so today you have an audience of international law enforcement, regulators, and industry watching this session. So my ask for you is, what would you ask of them as they continue to find ways to help financial crime? And specifically, how can they help the work that's happening in Ukraine, in the fight in Ukraine today?
Yes, thank you. It's really a good slide also because I really like to thank everyone from the world for support Ukraine. It's like a vital for us. And of course, once again, it's very pleasure to me to be speaker on this good event, albeit online, at such an important this event organized by the leader of cryptocurrency analysis in the world. So I would like to emphasize that the support of the whole world, it's especially from European Union and United States, it's really important for us. Also, or especially for armed forces. They received military assistance, and it's allow us to deter the enemies and strike back. The same assistance is now needed to investigate war and financial crimes committed by the occupation authorities and Russia in general. We in the cyber police have enough powers to organize and conduct massive targeted operation against criminals. We are open for cooperation and interactions with representatives of international law enforcement organizations, law enforcement agencies of other states, and volunteers or cryptocurrency enthusiasts. If you are aware of crime committed against Ukrainian citizens or somebody from Ukrainians committing a crime, please report such facts on our official websites, and I will show you the link. It's at ticketcyberpolice.gov.ua. So if you have any information related to Ukrainian, please send to us, and we will open case or support some other investigations with different law enforcement from other countries. I would also like to take this opportunity to tell you about the MRIA project. It's a really good and interesting project which established by some part of volunteers, and also we support that project like law enforcement. And it's the biggest information army of volunteers. And that project was created for teach Ukrainian citizens the basic of cyber hygiene and cybersecurity, and also to counteract information propaganda and fraud in the internet. Currently, the project is also helping the military in eastern of Ukraine, support them with information and materials. And I ask everyone to join the project and support its development. So I'm also the part of this project, and we have nice and biggest results for us. We blocked more than 22,000 resources which share propaganda or illegal content, which I mentioned previously. It's like child pornography, some violence, and other. So really nice project, and thank you for that opportunity to share that with your audience.
Thank you, Yevhenii. And I think we can all agree that there's no such thing as silver lining in a war, but what is inspiring and gives me hope is how much people have come together to support Ukraine during this time. And so thank you for sharing a link to the MRIA project. And I do encourage everyone in the audience to join and help Ukraine in this fight. And I will just say from a Chainalysis level, we stand with you and you have our support. Also from an investigations level, we look forward to continuing to partner with you and doing everything that we can to support your agency and all of the other agencies in Ukraine as well. And on a personal note, as a Ukrainian American, just want to express that I'm very grateful for everything that you are doing every day, that the entire agency is doing every day in this challenging time. And Slava Ukraini!
Героям слава!